Hello and welcome to another coding break. Ring the bell. Hi guys, and welcome back to another coding break with Tam Talk. On today's episode, I want to talk about turning your coding certification into a business. Again, turning your coding certification into a business. For those of you who follow me on YouTube, you know I've dropped a couple of videos or several videos in regards to like different ways that you can generate incomes based on your coding certification. But I want to go a little deeper because that seems to be the topic that most of my viewers are interested in, and I want to kind of dive into that and share with you how I generate income using my certification. Some of them are specifically coding related. Some of them are pivots outside of the actual coding arena. It plays more into my lifestyle, like some of the things that I do, such as reading. So I'm with Audible. I'm in business, so I some other businesses or other entrepreneurs, and I wanted to kind of show you how you can treat your coding certification as a business, right? And so you may say, well, I'm working in the office, I'm working for another company. You can be an intrapreneur until you can pivot outside and become an entrepreneur. Again, you can treat yourself as a business intrapreneur while you're working for another organization, whether it be a hospital, revenue cycle entity, or a doctor's office, or as yourself. You can pivot into entrepreneurship. But again, we're going to kind of start with how can you do it as an intrapreneur? How can you maximize your certification or treat your coding certification as a business opportunity until you can actually go full-fledged into the entrepreneurship? Again, that is if you want to do that. So we're going to go ahead and get started with me. So with me, I started out as, of course, a remote coder or a coder, and I again became a coding instructor, credential coding instructor, and then I still worked as a coder. I worked for another entity, organization, a hospital, and then I decided to take the leap of faith and just went full-fledged because things started to pop off in the business where I could pivot outside. However, I was still working with the organizations, with the different entities, because I pivoted myself as a consultant. Again, I pivoted myself as a consultant, so I was still working as I guess say an entrepreneur of some sort, but I pivoted myself as a consultant, where instead of them paying me as an employee, they were paying me as a consultant. And it allowed me to be remote. It allowed for flexibility, because these are things that we should be asking the employer or the hiring department prior to accepting a deal or a contract. So these are things. So again, I asked for flexibility, of course, the pay, and different things. And so that still allowed for my other components of my business or my certification to monetize, right? Because of automation, which is the next thing. So you can automate your other components of your business while you do consulting work, or you can hire a team, depending on what you feel you want to do. It depends on what you need to, what you want to do, and what you have going on in your business, that you can perhaps hire someone, or you can automate your services or your processes. So again, I pivoted as a consultant. So I was still working in the organization. I just was not working as a full-time employee. I was working as a consultant. And then by me working as a consultant, I was able to work with other I won't say other entities, but on other projects as a consultant, not in the same capacity. Whereas for example, I may work as a coder for one organization or an auditor for one organization, but then I may work as an instructional or let's say help them create something that is coding related. I'm lending my expertise. So that's another thing. So although I am a coder, I was not working or consulting as a coder per se. And so then I was also able to teach part-time, become an adjunct educator, because I am a coding instructor. Now with this, it depends on the higher education, the college, but I also have a college degree, so that also played a part into it as well. So I was able to take on some part-time work and at a college and teach coding, teach medical law or health law, or intro to health law, and things of that nature. So that is another way to generate income. And again, the processes were in place that allowed me to be flexible, whether that was to be remote or on site or to work around my schedule. I was able to build up my curriculum and schedule for my students and then go on, ahead of time so that I can free up my time. And let me go and pivot into this. And I think I mentioned this into my other videos as well, that anything that you start, whether you are an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur, it will take time to make money. It will take time to make money. It's not that you're going to go viral in business. People going viral in business, it's a fluke, right? Just because they went viral one time doesn't mean they're going to continue to go viral, right? Because it depends on the mood of the viewers or of the listeners and what type of excitement that they are bringing in that one piece of content that went viral, right? They have to keep that up. And as you know, people are fickle. Their emotions and their moods and their interests, they change and they shift. So to see or want to continuously go viral, you have to learn what that element was that caused you to go viral in the first place. So there's that. So that eliminates the fact that, okay, I can do it overnight. No, you can make baby steps overnight to reach your goal, but at the end of the day, you still have to do the work. It's going to take time. There's no way around doing the work. Now, doing the work, regardless whether you are an employee or an intrapreneur or an entrepreneur, you still going to have to do the work. Work has to be done. That's the business of business. Work is to work. Just when you are an entrepreneur, you're able to kind of have more control or gauge the timing as it relates to the type of business or how you want to deliver your services or products. Whereas when you're an entrepreneur, you're considered you are a full-time employee, and so you basing on, I guess, their time. But if you're allowed to create your own time, and then you also have autonomy over the work processes that you are performing, then you're kind of like developing your muscle or your skills for entrepreneurship. And when I say develop your muscles and skills, you are practicing time management. You're practicing workflow process. You're managing teamwork. You're managing practicing communication. So all those things that are required in an entrepreneurship role, you can start exhibiting or practicing those behaviors in an entrepreneurship role. So so we'll start there on some of the basics. And like I said, and as we go along, or as I open up this new series, I'll be sharing some of my affiliates with you and how I pivot into other areas with my coding certification. Of course, you hear about the different brands and different partnerships. And so I'll share some of those. Although I'm a coder and my business base is medical coding, I'll show how I can pivot, or show how I have pivoted into more of a lifestyle, and how that allowed me to partner with various brands, such as when I travel, like remote coding with the coding break. I partner with hotel travel brands, where I partner with different Audible authors, because I love to read. I am a member of a book club, and so things of that nature. And that way you can pivot as well as monetize your content and incorporate medical coding as well as your lifestyle into your business model. So that's what we're going to get into in the upcoming series on YouTube. So stay tuned. Again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to Code Rhetoric with Tam Talk on YouTube, and just be on the lookout for those upcoming video series. And if you haven't, take a look back at the other ones that I created maybe 6 months ago about the different streams of income and some practical steps that you can take to start monetizing in different areas with your coding certification. So that's all that I have for this coding break. So let me get back to work. So until next time, code on. Toodles.